For Korea, one of the exciting things has been its ability now to take one of the rotating seats on the United Nations Security Council. And in just a few weeks, as of February 1st, it will
Mhm.
have the presidency of the Security Council. Do you have any thoughts on how Korea might use its role in the presidency and how it might use its role going forward for the remaining 2 years?
Very robustly.
Good.
I think Korea is definitely coming into its own on the international stage. It is a process. It takes time, but with each passing year, the level of Korean leadership and the maturity of that leadership is showing in different arenas. I think the way that Korea has stepped up on some of the green growth issues and on the climate issues is mirrored in some ways, but probably still we'll see more from Korea, I think, on the peace and security side during their tenure on the Security Council. It helps to focus attention, but the Republic of Korea also fills a very important space, not just in the UN, but in the international community. In many ways, it's neither fish nor fowl. It's not a client, nor is it a traditional donor. It's not a European power or a US. So Korea can do things that many other countries might not be able to do on the Security Council. Lead coalitions around maybe new issues. In specific crisis situations, it may have a profile that's more appealing to the parties involved in a conflict than having one of the traditional powers engage in a certain kind of diplomacy or leadership. So I can't tell you exactly which issues Korea will take up. I think we'll see, but that Korea will assert itself, I think, on the Security Council. I would make a pretty strong prediction that we will see an active Korea on the council.
Sure. To what degree, Secretary, or do you think that there might be an elevation of peninsular issues onto the agenda? And I know that's a struggle because
Mm,
when one has the presidency, just as when one is the Secretary General, one has all of the global issues, many of which you've
yeah.
talked to. But how does that get uh, there? Because they are Korean and because they have that last vestige of the Cold
Hmm.
War with potential conflict always at hand. And also with Navi Pillai, the High Commissioner for Human Rights, this week bringing out the issue of international inquiries into gross human rights abuses by the North Korean government. Could that well be an issue that gets brought forward on the Security Council agenda by the Koreans?
I think the peninsula and the issues surrounding the peninsula are many, and they're handled in different fora. Obviously, the nuclear issues are handled in a certain way, the humanitarian issues in a different way, the human rights issues, the geopolitical issues. One of the challenges is making sure that there's coherence across all those different axes of discussion on peninsular issues while using the institutions creatively and effectively to engage with the DPRK. The UN has played a very important role at various stages of engagement with the DPRK. At times, the UN has been the last lifeline for a very large swath of the population in the North. Um, the issues that the High Commissioner for Human Rights raised the other day are not new. The human rights concerns in the DPRK are many. They've been around for some time, and I think her elevation of saying we need to really look at this, even as we know there are all these important discussions going on around peace and security and the nuclear file. We can't forget the human rights issues. I think that's something that is absolutely crucial. The people in the DPRK deserve to have their rights respected, just like any person does anywhere in the world under the Universal Declaration for Human Rights. There are some specific and unique challenges in the North, and so I think attention to the issues is good. I think everyone will have to work hard to make sure that something concrete comes out of the dialogue and that it not become kind of a dialogue of the deaf. On the security side, as you said, sitting on the council does not equate to more action on a given issue. It does import into the council a certain level of expertise and a certain level of interest in the issue. But it is all about how not only Korea plays that, but how all of the other main partners in the dialogue decide to pursue that. The council has had relative success on some issues vis-a-vis the DPRK over the years and some frustrations over the years. So I don't think there's anything that guarantees either success or failure in addressing some of the issues of the peninsula while the ROK is on the council, but that there will be more attention to them, I think, is very probable.